At this time, I'm going to attempt to explain the genesis of my system for creative randomization, my reasons for coming up for it, and why I've decided to come out with it at this time. Well, I was living with my girlfriend, working full-time, struggling to pay the bills, struggling to find the time to do much of anything that was important to me. You know, I'm a person who has many stringent goals for myself, and you can schedule yourself to do all kinds of things, but when it comes to real creativity, you have to let the leash off. You have to let yourself go into a deep state of thinking and living and being and inspiration to, after a while, find yourself in the space to where, I got it. David Lynch and I recommend meditation to sort of expand the net that you have to catch the big fish at the bottom of the ocean. But sometimes you need a machine, a system to grab the best fish, the correct fish that you want to work with at a given moment. And you also don't want to so tightly tether your creative processes to a specific idea that you find yourself stifled. So with these tools that I've come up with these archetypes and suggestions and emotional energies and verbs, I've found myself with the right amount of specific suggestions to come up with something that is a fragment of an idea or perhaps a sketch of an idea that really creates something that feels complete and self-contained, like a self-contained part of a bigger whole or just a self-contained whole, in something that is satisfactory for a person with a limited amount of time and a limited amount of focus and a limited amount of energy, because time and focus and energy is a finite commodity. You're not going to have hours and hours and hours to come up with something unless you are an astronomically wealthy trust fund baby with no job. And even then, will you have the discipline to come up with things and record them down? Yeah, writing is a discipline. You're going to have to find the energy to pick things up, pick yourself up and do it. And you need to eliminate the barriers between yourself and your creativity. And this system, what it does is it creates... you throw the dice out, you throw the cues out, and suddenly you have a limited amount of time, and the suggestions there to put something on paper. It's specific enough that you can flourish, but it's non-specific enough that you can be inventive and creative. And why am I coming out with this on YouTube at this time? Why am I not turning this into a system that's all my own? Separating it from Rory Story Cubes, which is its own creative enterprise. Bless the people who created it. They've got something amazing. I'm not here to steal from their profits or to make my own profits. I'm here to enrich myself and to enrich the lives of the people around me through the wonderful art of storytelling, and I want to create relationships with people, if not in real life, parasocial relationships through the internet, with people who want to create and want to have solutions to better conjure the creativity within themselves, and who are open to the kinds of mental and personal and spiritual tools that you would need to come up with things that are from the raw and primal realm of, deep story. I believe that there's, the hero's journey is written into our DNA, more or less, and into the DNA of all of the symbolic processes that comprise our life, our religious ceremonies, our social practices, etc. This is just a way of bottling it in a jar and using it.